you relax? He'll be here in a minute.
Me. Page 10. Now you say it's missing.
What? Let me see. Baylor says there's virtually no danger of the material being used to build an atomic device.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Baylor.
In fact, the real danger is to the people who have the plutonium. The police think that Spider-Man has it.
I know.
Oh, Craig! They're turning this thing into a joke.
Well, we'll see how long they laugh.
You mean we're gonna go through with it?
It's the only way we can make our point. We have to build a bomb.
Boris, believe me, the guns will leave for the subcontinent in the morning. Oh, and Boris, I understand that some armored cars are about to become available in South America. Of course I'm interested. It's my business. I know, Boris, planes. You want some planes. Boris, trust me. I'll make some calls in the morning. Yes. Goodbye, Boris. Get Angel. Meet me in the gymnasium.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to see me, Mr. White?
Yes. Take a look at these. Make the necessary arrangements. We're leaving for New York immediately. Well, there's nothing about the plutonium being recovered in any of the newspapers. That's good. Very good.
So that's what it really looks like.
Looks almost harmless, doesn't it?
It isn't. I don't want either one of you to ever forget that. Remember now, after this phase, we monitor the radiation levels at all times. I want that Geiger counter on at all times.
And when it cools, it would soften like putty and be practically pure.
You mean it could be turned into a bomb?
Oh, for sure. But it would be very dangerous just by itself. You see, it could go supercritical.
Supercritical.
Yeah, the mass would become so dense that then it would set off a chain reaction.
You mean there could be an atomic explosion?
Well, no, but just the release of radiation by itself would be deadly. You take note, don't you?
Yes. Peter, how do you know that Spider-Man didn't take the plutonium?
Well, he just wouldn't do something like that. As a matter of fact, right now, he's probably trying to figure out who did do it.
If he's not involved, why doesn't he go to the police and prove it?
Well, Gail, it's not quite that simple. I mean, think about it. I think Spider-Man does a lot of good, but if people knew who he was, well, it just wouldn't be the same thing.
Nobody asked him to save the world.
I don't really think he wanted any part of being a superhero.
Then all he has to do is turn in his little blue tights.
And And what about his conscience? What is the point of having some kind of special power if you don't use it to help people?
Okay, it could be a tough life.
And lonely. How can he ever talk to people the way we're talking right now? I mean, what kind of a life can he really have? Think about it for a minute. He has to lie to everybody. At work, to his friends. What about girlfriends? How could he ever hope to get married and just have a normal life? People think it would be really wonderful to have Spider-Man's powers. Let me tell you, I'm not so sure whether it's a blessing or a curse.
I doubt if he could have put that much better. You know, Parker, there's more to you than I thought.
Hello? Speaking. Well, yeah, sure, I'll hold. It's John Aston Smith.
The news anchorman?
Yeah, he wants to interview me for the evening news. Well, yes, I guess I could speak for some of the students at the university.
Well, if it would be convenient for you, perhaps you could come to my hotel, the Ramon, in, say, an hour?
An hour? Fine, sure. Thank you.
May I go with you? I've always wanted to meet him.
Are you sure Parker is the one?
I checked every student in Baylor's seminar. He's the only one smart enough to pull it off.
When we do get the plutonium, what are you going to do with it?
Same as I do with everything. Just put it up for sale to the highest bidder.
Who are you?
Captain Barbera?
Yeah?
Inspector DiCarlo.
Well, what can I do for you?
The Bureau was wondering what progress you're making on this plutonium thing.
Well, it's only been 2 days, but I've got one lead. The security guards who saw Spider-Man at the scene.
What can you tell me about Spider-Man?
Not much. He's given me a lot of sleepless nights.
Do you think he's capable of doing something like this?
Who knows? He could be capable of anything.
Have you thought of the other possibilities?
You mean like terrorists?
I mean, they don't even have to build a bomb. In theory, just 2 kilos of plutonium oxide could cause millions of cases of lung cancer.
Okay, stop it. You're scaring me.
I mean to.
Well, maybe we should go back to the university and talk to Dr. Baylor again.
I've already talked to Dr. Baylor.
You have? Did you get anything out of him?
I asked him if he had any student who was capable of building a bomb with the missing plutonium.
Yeah, what'd he say?
He came up with one name, Peter Parker.
Parker? He's just a kid. I know him.
Well, then maybe you can help me find him.
You're serious about Parker?
I'm dead serious.
He said it was room 1001.
Oh, it must be up this way.